Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're really getting into the weeds of SAP ECC 6.0 SU01.
Yeah, specifically looking at user administration and setting up workflows for purchase orders.
Right, we've got this functional guide, and our mission really is to pull out the essentials for you.
So you can kind of grasp how to set up users and automate some of these PO tasks quickly.
Making things more efficient, saving time, that's the goal.
Exactly. It's all about streamlining. The guide has the step-by-steps. We're highlighting the core ideas.
Okay, so first up, getting into user management. How do you actually do that in SAP?
Well, the guide points out two main ways. You've got the menu path.
The click-through method, SAP menu-tools administration.
Right, then user management, and finally SU01 user. It works, but,
Takes a few seconds. What's the alternative?
the direct route. Just type the transaction code SU01 straight into the command field.
The T code, like a shortcut.
Pretty much. If you're doing user admin often, you'll definitely want to use SU01 directly. Big time saver.
Makes sense. Small efficiencies add up, right?
Absolutely, especially in a system you use all day.
Okay, next point from the guide. Saving standard print options. Why bother with this?
Well, think about how often you print. If you use the same printer, same settings.
Like always printing to the main office laser.
Exactly. Instead of selecting it every single time, you can set it as your default.
Okay, how's that done, the guide says?
You go into your user profile using SU01, maybe clicking Modify, and find the Defaults tab.
Which the guide calls constants. Bit confusing, but okay.
Yeah, terminology can vary. Anyway, in that tab, you enter your usual output device, like your printer's name.
And you can set other things too, like print immediately.
Print immediately. Delete after printing. Those options are there. You check the boxes you want.
Then save it.
Then save. And next time you go to print something...
Bam's already filled in. Nice.
Yeah, but you're not locked in. You can still change it for a specific print job if you need to.
Good flexibility. Convenience without losing control.
That's the idea. Just smoothing out those little daily frictions.
All right, let's shift gears. This next one sounds a bit more complex. Configuring workflow for purchase orders.
Yeah, this is about automation. Getting the system to automatically create or even change purchase orders based on sales activity.
Okay, so linking sales to purchasing automatically. What's the key piece here?
The guide points to an SAP object, BUS 2032, that's related to the sales order itself.
Got it. BUS 2032. And there's something about an ALE code.
Right. In the sales order item type settings, there's an ALE code field. If it's set for, like, automatic purchase order creation.
That acts as a trigger.
Precisely. It makes the system raise an event when a sales order is created or changed in the right way. The events are called ALA-created or ALA-changed.
Okay, so the event happens, but how does that actually make the purchase order?
That's the crucial step. Activating the event linkage. You need to tell SAP what to do when that event fires.
And that involves function modules.
Exactly. User function modules. The guide specifies pure order creativist event for creating the PO.
And pure order creativist event for changing it.
Yep. You link the ALA-created event to the create module and the ALA-changed event to the change module. That tells the system, okay, run this code now.
Makes sense. It's like connecting the trigger to the action.
Perfect analogy. Now, one more critical piece for this to actually work.
What's that?
You need a specific type of user account to run this automation in the background.
Not just my regular login.
No. The guide says create a user with the category system background. This user needs pretty broad authorizations.
Like SAPAL and SAP New. Those sound powerful.
They are. SAPAL and SAP Menu give very wide access. It's needed so the system user isn't blocked by missing permissions when it tries to create or change the PO automatically.
Okay, so it's a dedicated background user with the right permissions to execute those function modules when the event linkage is active.
You got it. That's the essence of setting up that workflow according to the guide.
So let's recap quickly. We looked at accessing user management. T-code SU01 is your friend there.
And setting default print options via the defaults or constants tab for, daily convenience.
Then the bigger topic, the purchase order workflow. Key object BUS 2032, the ALE code trigger.
The event linkage to the specific PO order function modules.
And finally, setting up that dedicated system background user with SAPAL and SAP New W.
It pieces together nicely, doesn't it? Each step enables the next for that automation.
Well, it really does. And it makes you think, doesn't it? If you can automate PO creation like this,
Yeah.
what other repetitive, maybe error-prone manual tasks lurking in SAP could you potentially streamline with similar workflow thinking? Where else could you apply this?
That's a great takeaway. Always look for those opportunities.
Food for thought. Well, that wraps up this deep dive. Thanks for joining us. Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're really getting into the weeds of SAP ECC 6.0 SU01.
Yeah, specifically looking at user administration and setting up workflows for purchase
Right.
orders.
We've got this functional guide, and our mission really is to pull out the essentials for you,
So you can kind of grasp how to set up users and automate some of these PO tasks quickly.
making things more efficient, saving time. That's the goal.
Exactly. It's all about streamlining. The guide has the step-by-steps. We're highlighting the core ideas.
Okay, so first up,